Alright, hey, what's going on, dudes? I am ThatNintenGuy here. First off, I'm gonna apologize for delaying videos. I've been really busy lately and I haven't been able to get really any Smash Talk videos out. I thought instead of just hopping right back into it all of a sudden, I talk a little bit about something different about Smash Bros. Today. So today, I'm giving my personal opinion on what characters that were returning fighters and some other ones that I think will be returning to Smash Bros. In the new game. Now, as of this video, none of these characters have been announced yet. So we're gonna see in the future how many I get right. So yeah, let's hop right into it here. This is from the Earthbound universe, Ness and Lucas. Now, as sad as it is to say, at least for me personally, I don't think Lucas is coming back. Mainly because a lot of people thought he was just a clone of Ness. Personally, I liked him better because I think he was faster, and a lot of his attacks to me, well, a lot of his attacks were faster, and to me, a lot of his attacks were just better. But Ness is probably going to return because he's been there since the beginning. There's really no reason for him to cut him out. Like he's been there from the beginning. I don't see why he would just leave now, especially with Earthbound being re-released on the Nintendo Virtual Console, the Wii U Virtual Console, for pretty recently. I think it was like 2012, 2013, something like that. So like somewhat recently. But as for Lucas, I don't know, especially since his game didn't even get a American, I know American, but I don't know if it was released in other countries. All I know is that it was released in Japan and it wasn't here in the States, so yeah. Also, next one we're going to talk about here is one probably everybody thought was going to come back, Roy. Now, I was thinking maybe possibly Roy could come back because he was, in a way, in the new Fire Emblem game, as like a sort of unlockable character, and you can get Roy's blade a bunch of times in there, which was awesome. But really, so one, that would be 5 Fire Emblem characters, because way too many for the Fire Emblem games, or for the Fire Emblem universe to have in one Smash Bros. Game, because it's a big franchise, and the game is, Fire Emblem Awakening is probably one of the most top-rated games for the 3DS. 5 characters, that's a lot. Like, well, I guess Mario kind of has that many characters if you count Wario, but we're not counting him, so Mario doesn't even have that many characters in the game. So yeah, it's pretty unlikely that Roy will come back, especially also, like, too, Lucina is Roy, basically. She's a clone of Roy. She's thought of as a clone of Marth. He's basically just gonna be a clone of Roy too. So to put Roy back in the game is very unlikely, considering the fact that Lucina is in there now, and that would be 3 of the same character. Like, at least Wolf was different. I don't think they could change Roy up that much, so it's kind of weird. But I don't expect him, unfortunately, because I did like Roy. I thought Roy was cool. Really, I'm just sad to see any person not, like, before we go on, like, I'm really sad to see any person not be in Smash Bros. Mainly because any person who's not, like, I'd rather have that person be in there and be a clone than not have them at all, in my opinion. Just because, like, sometimes I just want to play as that character. Like, sometimes I just rather play as Young Link than Link, even though they were basically the same thing. I think Young Link was even worse. Like, sometimes I just rather play as him, even though he was a little bit quicker. Sometimes I just rather play as Dr. Mario than Mario, or, you know, Melee, Fox than Falco, like, or Falco than Fox, you know. Really, I just, like, the little, if it had, like, a little difference, I wouldn't care. Like, that, like, they were a clone, because, like, at least they're in the game. I'd rather have them be in the game than not have them in there at all. And a lot of people complain that, like, well, then they'd just be taking a character slot up for somebody else, and I'm like, well, they really wouldn't, because, like, it's not like it, I mean, I guess they might be, but, like, I don't know, like, it's not like they're gonna add a new character in the game just because, like, one character's not making it back. Like, it's not like, oh, well, we have, like, 26 characters, guess we can't add any more, and, like, you're like, well, if they had taken Roy out, they could have added this character which they were going to add. But it's like, no, if they had that, they put the amount of characters they want to put in there, so it's not like he's taking up a character slot, because they're not just gonna say, oh, we have too many characters. Maybe they won't have enough time, but I mean, with the Wii U, you could just do DLC if you really wanted to anyways, or push it back. I mean, I don't know, I'd rather play with 51 characters and wait, like, I don't know, an extra month or something, than play with 50, I don't know. That's just me, though. That's my personal opinion. But anyways, let's move on here. Mr. Game & Watch, I think he's coming back, because he's been there since Melee. He's also a very unique character. A lot of people like to play as him just to annoy people, because he's kind of one of those annoying characters. And I feel like he's just too unique to just not go there. Also, he was kind of in the Pac-Man trailer, so that kind of hints at him, you know, being back in the game, and I could really see him coming back. Ice Climbers, they're probably coming back. They are, in the tier list factor, one of the best characters in Smash Bros. Or the plural characters, I guess, in Smash Bros. Because, or I guess two of the best characters, what I meant to say, in Smash Bros. Like, in tier wise, and they're pretty unique. I like to play as them. And really, I see no reason for him to cut them out. So yeah, I think they're coming back. Now we have Meta Knight. Meta Knight is probably most likely coming back, but I assume they haven't announced him yet, mainly because they're probably working on nerfing him a lot, because he was the #1 character in Smash Bros. Ball, because you could basically spam all of his attacks, and really there was no stopping him if you knew how to use him right. So really, like, he's coming back, but they're probably going to change him up a lot. And now we have Dr. Mario. Unfortunately, guys, Dr. Mario's not coming back. Oh well, I guess they do have, not on looking at, because I'm looking at this chart of all the characters on the IGN, and they're showing all the characters that are possibilities and that have been confirmed. And it actually looks like we do have 5 Mario characters now, because Rosalina and Luma are part of the Mario universe. So I guess there is 5. So maybe Roy could come back, but I still don't think he is, because he is still a direct clone too. And Rosalina and Luma are really unique, so it raises a bit of possibility, but I don't see it. And Dr. Mario probably not coming back, because once again, a clone of Mario. In my opinion, I'd like to see him in there just because I like to play as him sometimes more than Mario. Maybe an alternate costume even. I would be fine with that. I don't know, maybe DLC. Not like Mario specifically, but like a whole pack of alternate costumes, which like would also change like Mario's fireballs to pills, like they were in Melee, and like Princess Peach could have an alternate costume that would be Princess Daisy, like actually look like her model instead of just changing her hair color. Yeah. But Dr. Mario, unfortunately, I don't think is coming back, which does sadden me a little bit, but c'est la vie. I don't know French, though, so whatever. Metal Gear, Snake, I don't think he's coming back. In fact, I believe the developers did say that Snake wasn't going to be in the game, and mainly I think it's like if they didn't, then he's a third-party character. We really haven't heard anything about him coming back, and I don't think which is sad because a lot of people really liked him. He was a pretty unique character and pretty good. I personally didn't use him too much. He was a bit too complicated for me. With all his like ranged attacks and stuff, I decided not to, go with him. But I can see how a lot of people really liked him. But sadly, I don't think he's coming back, in my opinion. But who knows? He might surprise us, Sakurai. So now we go to the Rob universe, which is just Rob, and it's sad to say, but I don't think he's coming back, guys. We haven't heard anything hinting to him coming back. He really wasn't a very popular character, I don't think. I personally loved him. I liked using him a lot. He was pretty unique, he's got all his lasers and stuff, but I feel like he wasn't popular enough to come back. And the only reason he really was in that game was because of, like, Subspace Emissary, and he was cool. I really liked him. I'd love to see him in the new game, but unfortunately, I don't think he's coming back, which stinks because he's not even like a clone. Solid Snake makes sense because he's not a clone, but he's a third-party character, and it would make sense that he wouldn't come back because, I don't know, the developers of his game don't want him in there or something. But Rob is a Nintendo character, which sucks because that means it's Nintendo's decision to not put him in the game. Which is sad because he's like I said, I'd rather have him be in there and have the option of using him rather than him not being there at all. But I don't think he's coming back, so we haven't heard anything hinting to him coming back, and really it's not gonna happen, I don't think, unfortunately, which does sadden me. But Jigglypuff, we're going to the Pokemon universe now. Jigglypuff's coming back, guys. I can tell you right now, there's there's little possibility that Jigglypuff wouldn't come back. Yes, a lot of people don't like her, who don't really know the game, and she's kind of an annoying character, but look, Sakurai put her in there for a reason. She's been there since the beginning. There's really, you can't cut her out, because she's probably more popular than in Smash Bros. Than she is in Pokemon, so you kind of have to put her in there now. She's a staple for that. And please unnerf her down B, because that thing is annoyingly stupid in Brawl. Next we have Pikachu. I say it right now, guys, he's not coming back. He was in Melee, he wasn't in Brawl. Well, I mean, there's a theory that he became the Pikachu that you have in Brawl, but I don't think he's coming back because he was literally in the tier list the worst character ever in Melee. And with good reason, because every time he attacks, unless it's his A or I think B maybe, he hurts himself. I think anything with electricity, so his B would hurt him, but anything that involves using electricity hurts him. I think the only reason he was in Melee was because I think the Pikachu movie had recently come out when Melee was coming out, so yeah, that's about the only reason. Pokmon Trainer, that has been denied and said that he will not be returning, unfortunately, which, well, I mean, like, it was cool to have him stand in the background there. I mean, I guess, like, it kind of makes sense because, like, now that you have Charizard as his own character, I guess you don't really need Pokemon Trainer, but that does leave the possibility with Squirtle and Ivysaur make a returning appearance. I don't think so because they're not fully evolved. They weren't that good, and like, Charizard's been getting so much love from Nintendo recently, because of his, like, X and Y Mega Evolutions. It's kind of sad to see Squirtle and Ivysaur not come back because Charizard's, like, so big now, he's leaving them in dust. But, unfortunately, that's how the world works. To be on top. Next we have Mewtwo. And Mewtwo, it's always questionable with Mewtwo. There are only 4 Pokemon characters, or already 4 Pokemon characters with Greninja, Charizard, Lucario, and Pikachu. And with Jigglypuff probably returning, that makes 5 already. So Mewtwo coming back seems kind of iffy. Because Sakurai did say that he wanted to put his new form in the game. However, Lucario is back, who is supposed to take over Mewtwo's spot. And I don't know, I really hope Mewtwo comes back for certain reasons. One, I personally believe that he is different enough from Lucario to deserve a character slot, because he's not, like, he has different moves than Lucario. If you play Melee and you play Brawl, he has different moves than Lucario. And also he's more, if nothing else, he's more different than Lucina is to Marth. And if Lucina and Marth can come back, Mewtwo should be able to come back, because Mewtwo is more different than Lucina is to Marth. Mewtwo is different from Lucario in a sense. So really, there's no, like, that, and this is really probably going to be one of the last times he can appear in a Smash Bros. Game, because he was in X and Y as this whole big thing with his Mega Evolution being legendary and all. It was so awesome. But it's like, it's hard to say, but like, he's probably not gonna get, like, any more big moments. He also had, like, a movie come out recently about his new form. Like, he's not gonna get, like, a big shot again. So, like, really, this is his last chance to be in a Smash Bros. Game. And if he doesn't make it this time, he's probably not gonna make it next time, because there's not gonna be, like, any Pokemon games really hyping him up again. Because, like, this was, like, his shot back into fame, and if he doesn't make it this time, well, like, with the Hoenn remakes coming out, I'm pretty sure he's not in that game. Really, like, I think any other future games, like, Lucario is always going to be in there, because Lucario is a Pokemon you can find in the wild. But Mewtwo's a legendary, and legendaries only appear in certain games. Well, like, a specific legendaries only appear in specific games. And Mewtwo, he's mostly in Cerulean Cave. I mean, in X and Y he was in that other cave, but I mean, like, this is his last shot, and I really want to see him in there, because I don't think we're going to see him again, so I would be really excited if they announced him as a returning character. And then for the Star Fox universe, Falco Lombardi and Wolf O'Donnell. That is hard to say, honestly. With clones returning, it's pretty likely that Falco's gonna come back, because Falco was a Melee, he was in Brawl, and can see him coming back. However, we haven't heard anything about either of them. And Wolf, with him saying that some characters will be cut out, I could see Wolf not coming back because Wolf is like a third clone. Though he is different in some ways, there's no denying that he is a clone, just with a little bit like change. But mostly he is a clone, and this still saddens me because like I didn't play as Wolf that much. So, like, I'm gonna be honest here, I didn't play as Wolf that much, but I play as him sometimes, and he's fun to play as. Like, and to see characters get removed from games, especially now, like from Brawl to this game, like it was hard to see Roy, Pikachu, Mewtwo, Dr. Mario, and Young Link all leave from Melee. Especially since all of them had been introduced in that game. So it's gonna be hard to see these characters leave too, especially since they were released in Brawl, like Wolf, Snake, and Lucas. It's gonna be hard to see them leave, but I don't think he's coming back, honestly. Well, I wouldn't say I don't think he's coming back. I see him not coming back, but I see a possibility as well, because I don't see why not. Like, well, I mean, I see why, but I also don't see why not. Like, other than the fact that he's a clone, he's another character. It's cool. Like, Fox only has 2 characters then. Yeah, my voice is cracked. 2 characters, and that's not cool. I have 3. Maybe they'll switch him out for, like, Crystal or something. I don't know, but I like Wolf. I'd like to keep him in there. That's cool. The one thing, though, is that they have to change Falco's Final Smash to an R-Wing. Something with the R-Wing, because that has to happen. Because it's Falco. He says in his Final Smash, personally, I prefer the air. You have to change that to him being in the air, because he's best with an R-Wing, and it would give him another reason to be different than Fox. Like, that would be cool, rather than just having him have the Landmaster again. And in the Zelda universe, we have Ganondorf. Ganondorf, guys, he's coming back. He was just announced recently for Hyrule Warriors. I don't see how you could not have him in this game. I mean, again, what I'm saying is the only reason they haven't really talked about him at all being in Smash Bros. Is because they're probably maybe working on something good. Now, here's my theory. With Hyrule Warriors coming out, I think it's the perfect time to change up Ganondorf's moveset, because now you have a game where you can play as Ganondorf. You can try out all these moves, and I'm pretty sure that in this game he uses his sword a lot. From what the trailer looked like, it looked like he used his sword as well as some dark magic. And what I'm thinking is use that in the game to separate him from Captain Falcon. Give him like the use of his sword a little bit. Just make it faster first off, because he's really slow in Brawl. Make him a little, not like super fast, but like fast enough. Yeah, but like use the dark magic and stuff. Use the sword. Like, it's the perfect time now, because now you can play as Ganondorf and you have all these possibilities, these options, because they're as they were used in a game where you play as Ganondorf. So, like, really use it. And then Young Link is the next one, and he's not coming back. I'm just gonna say that right now. He's not coming back. Toon Link replaced him. He was worse than Link. Even though Ocarina of Time 3D was released somewhat recently, not recent enough in my opinion to get Young Link back in the game. I personally like Young Link better than Link, even though he's worse. I don't know, I just always liked playing as him more. But like, I don't know. I like Toon Link. I don't know if I like Toon Link better than Young Link, but I like Toon Link, so I'm fine with it. But like I said, you know, it's always fun to have an option of like, even if Toon Link or Young Link was just like, I guess, an alternate costume, like this would be something. This would be the opportunity to have alternate costumes, like Peach with Daisy, I said, Mario with Dr. Mario, and Toon Link with Young Link, where, you know, you would get the fire arrows and stuff, but actually do more damage this time. I just think that would be cool. Although that would be, nah, that's fine. Yeah, we're good. Never mind. And last but not least, Wario. I'm telling you guys right now, Wario is probably coming back, because there's that thing with Waluigi where he has the W on there indicating that he's from the Wario universe. There's the fact that he was a fun character in Brawl, and he was super unique. There's no real reason to get rid of him. He's not a clone. He's not like people hate him. He was a fun character. He recently had a game on the Wii U. And really, he's all fun character plays. He might not be the best, but he's always fun to mess around with. And I feel like there's no reason Sakurai would leave him out, so I could see him coming in the future. And then I'm going to talk about now some of the people from Kimetsu, or however you say that. Kimetsu's leaks, what he said, what he predicted to be all the people from that were coming in the new game. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I feel like it is worth mentioning, because even though oh shit, wow, we're going on long. Even though it's not technically a lot of people don't believe it anymore, I feel like it's worth talking about, because he got a lot of them right. He got, like, technically, like, 2 off, or 3 off, I guess, because he didn't announce WrestleMania either. But let's talk about it anyways. So, Shulk from Xenoblade, probably gonna happen, especially with X coming out. I could see him kind of replacing Snake in a way as a third-party character happening. I could see it in there. This is really all I could say is I think he's gonna be in there. Chrom, these are all the ones that haven't been announced yet. Chrom, yeah. No, wait, never mind. What am I saying? Chrom, no, he's not gonna be in there, because he's already shown that he's not in the game. So, I mean, he is, but he's not. And okay. And then Chorus Man from Rhythm Heaven. I don't know, I don't think so, but who am I to think about these things? What do you guys think? Do you guys think these characters could be included in the next Smash Bros? Why don't you tell me that? I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.